guys, thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and just help us bring home a Harvey. If you guys don't know what my channel is about, I basically am posting infertility journeys that me and my husband are experiencing. I'm posting PCOS knowledge, lifestyle videos, and also some military spouse videos as my husband is active duty Marines. So this video today is going to be relatively short and simple. I'm just going to be going over a few terms that a couple of people had questions about in my first video. And if you are watching this video and you have not seen what to expect at your first fertility visit, go ahead and click on that video and come back and watch this video so you can get a little bit better understanding. So let me sit correctly so this is not... Okay, there we go. Okay, so the first couple of terms are just... they're just really like, I hate Xbox so much. Anyways, sorry if you guys can hear my husband. That is his screams. But anyways, so these next couple of terms are just gonna be just describing a couple of procedures and conditions that I said in my first video. And then the last two are just some terms that I want you guys to be aware of for the TTC journey. TTC is trying to conceive, so the trying to conceive journey, just because those are a little bit terms, I guess, that I'll be using. So, okay, let's get started. So let's start at the basics. What is PCOS? PCOS is polycystic ovary syndrome. It's basically a hormone disorder when it comes down to it. How you get diagnosed with it is you go into your doctor or your, in my case, the fertility doctor, and they'll do an ultrasound to see your ovaries to see if the cysts are there around the edges of the ovary. And they'll also do some blood work. I'm not sure exactly what they test in the blood work, but mine came back, I think it's testosterone or progesterone. It's one of those two. But anyway, so what it is, it's basically a hormone disorder causing enlarged ovaries with small cysts on the outer edges. Just to let you guys know, I've had so many people say, oh, just lose weight, PCOS will go away. I have been trying to lose weight. Again, if you guys watch my first video, you guys will see all the medication that I've been on to try and lower my insulin levels so that I can lose weight for my PCOS, but unfortunately it's just not working. So anyways, treatment is available, but it's not curable. So this is not a condition or disease that you take shots or take pills with, or even lose weight for that matter, and it goes away. And something that I want you guys to be aware of is, even if you aren't in the category of overweight or obese, just to let you know, there is something called lean PCOS. So I don't know why I said that so weird. I'm out of breath. Slow down, Melody. Okay, so there is lean PCOS, and that basically means for all of my, I don't want to call you guys skinny, but just all of my in-range weight women out there that are having painful periods, that have cysts, that are having infertility issues. I'm not saying I'm diagnosing you with PCOS because I am not a doctor, but that's something to ask your doctor about, because a lot of women are misinformed and they're like, oh, I'm not overweight, I can't have PCOS. There is something called lean PCOS, and it's out there. I have friends with it. So if that's a concern for you and you're not in the overweight or obese category, go talk to your doctor and just get that ruled out. It's a simple blood work and a simple ultrasound, and especially if you're trying to conceive, why not just rule that out? So anyways, the next thing that a lot of people had questions about is what actually is an IUI. I mentioned that in my video. I said that we have done 3 IUIs, and unfortunately all of them have failed. So IUIs are a type of fertility treatment. It's the less invasive treatment compared to IVF or ICSI, I believe that's one of them. So I cannot say this for the life of me. So please do not laugh at me. If you want to learn how to say it, type it in on Google and hit the voice, because I've done that 6 times and I still cannot pronounce it right. Intrauterine insemination. I can't say that fast, so don't laugh at me. So it's a fertility treatment. Like I said, it's a less invasive one rather than IVF. It's basically where they gather the healthy sperm, so they'll collect sperm from your donor or your significant other. They'll do a sperm wash. They'll basically not disconnect. They'll separate, the sperm wash separates the dead cells from the good cells. They'll put the good cells in a syringe. They'll come in, they'll put a catheter into you. They push it. This stuff hurts, okay? I had the impression when I went in for my first IUI that it was gonna be like a tampon going in. It was not no damn tampon, okay? No, it was not a tampon going in my coochie, okay? It felt, I don't know how to explain it. It hurt, but it burned, and it just was really uncomfortable. Obviously nowhere near uncomfortable as childbirth, and my doctor even joked around like, how are you going to survive childbirth, you know? And I was like, I have no idea, to be honest. Like, drugs, probably. Drugs. Give me the drugs. But yeah, so they place it inside a woman's cervix, and the goal is to help the sperm make it to the egg faster. So during normal, like, we're all adults here, during normal sex, you only have a 20% chance of conceiving that cycle. The IUI does not raise that chance. What it does is it helps it stay in your cervix and get to the egg faster. So they put it past your cervix, they put the catheter past your cervix, and they push it through. So the sperm goes through that little tube and into your uterus, I think it's what it is. It's something past the cervix to be able to get to the eggs. And basically that way it just doesn't leak out. So you have a better chance of conceiving, even though it doesn't up your odds. IVF, I'm not going to get into a whole lot of, just because of the fact that we haven't gone to our consultation yet, so I honestly don't know a lot about IVF besides what I learned from watching videos and deciding that maybe IVF was a good idea for us through our infertility doctor. So IVF is a complex series of procedures used to help with fertility. One full cycle takes about 3 weeks. I do know that when you go in, you start your cycle, you take a whole bunch of shots, medicine, just everything. You take literally so much stuff. I'm trying to think, what is it called? I think it's called a egg transfer or something like that. That happens, and that's where they gather the eggs and put it into the little specimen and make the baby and put it back inside you. Like I said, I don't know too much about it, but when I do go to our consultation, once all this stuff is over with and we can leave our houses, you know, I will definitely make a video on that. So another thing is endometriosis. So this tissue, it's tissue that normally lines the uterus, grows outside the uterus. So I've heard women where it takes over their whole reproductive organs, and I've heard women where they were able to get a surgery and get it all taken care of. I'm not sure if you get that surgery if you're technically endometriosis free. I don't like saying I'm diagnosed with endometriosis, because even though my doctor said, hey, like, you have painful periods and like you just line up for the candidate of endometriosis, we never did a scope. So I actually don't know. I don't know. I just don't like saying I have endometriosis, because then people ask you like, oh, did you get the scope, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, my doctor diagnosed me. And I guess that's still a diagnosis because a doctor diagnosed me, but still it's just kind of awkward when all these women are like, oh, I've had scopes. Like, what is yours find? And I'm like, nothing, because we didn't do it. Anyways. Okay, so the next two terms are just something that I'm going to be saying or putting in the comments. So I just want you guys to always have a video to refer back to. So OBK or OBT is ovulation prediction kit or ovulation test. Later in the video, I'm actually going to be talking about a brand that I just got. It's off Amazon. It's super cheap. It's super affordable. So keep on watching. So DPO is days past ovulation, aka the luteal phase. Luteal? I think so. I think that's how you say it. So it's usually the same length for most women. I believe the normal range is 14 days. I think mine is 14 to 16 days. So if you're in infertility clinics, you can always ask them, especially if you've been with them for a long time, like we have with our clinic. We can just text them off of my chart and be like, hey, what's my luteal phase? And they can tell you from tracking all your cycles. Okay, so that's basically all of the terms and definitions I have for you guys. If you have any other questions from something that I mentioned in the first video, go ahead and just comment down below and I can just type it out for you, whatever it is, if I do know it. So the next thing is going to be, actually, let's do this. So I've had a lot of women come up to me, not come up to me, but they'll message me, especially off of the infertility groups that I am in, and they'll just be like, how do you do your skincare? Like, I am broken out. PCOS is, it's not just all about, oh, I have cysts. Like, there's so much more that's out there, and it's just crazy. So one thing is that a lot of women with PCOS, they get really cystic acne. You can't really tell with me because I have makeup on right now, but see, like right here, these are not regular pimples. These are like clear field pimples, and whenever you pop them, they don't really pop and they hurt so bad. And sometimes women with PCOS around their cycle, or just sometimes when they have a breakout, they'll get really big ones. I've been super lucky, knock on wood, to never, I don't know, was that wood? Is that wood? Knock on wood. So I've been super lucky to never have a breakout like that. And also another thing with hair is I do get waxed around here, my chin and my lip area. I do a sugar wax. It just seems to help me. Some women say that sugar wax breaks them out and the regular wax is fine for them. So you just really have to play around with your skincare. But I will mention these two things that my dermatologist recommended, and he prescribed me for my PCOS condition. I put this on every night. It's a roll-on, and it just really helps. So I'll show this back to you again if you want to take a screenshot and ask your doctor. I'm sure this will work with regular like acne. And then this is also the gel that he recommended. I love this stuff. This stuff, like if I have a breakout, I just put it on and it just takes it off. So yeah, those are the two things that I use. For moisturizers, I don't use the one that my dermatologist recommended because it makes me super oily. So I use this one, and I need to get a refill. But I love the Mario Buschetti. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but this is the Hydro Moisturizer with vitamin C. I love this stuff. I use it every night after my skincare because those are very drying products. So just make sure that you always have a good moisturizer. Like I said, I'm not a dermatologist. These were recommended by my dermatologist, and they were prescribed to me by my dermatologist. They were prescribed to me for my condition of PCOS. So if you guys have different, side effects than me, which you guys will, if you guys have different skin tones than me, like everyone's different and not one product is going to work for everyone. And I'm praying for you guys that do have PCOS or struggling with cystic acne just in general, that you guys do find a good product. It does take time. My mom and dad can contest that from like 15 till I got married and living with them till about 19. I went through so much stuff and nothing worked, and it finally, this stuff really works. Okay, so the next thing, it's just gonna be like a quick 2 to 3 minute talk about this. I am gonna be doing another longer video for this after 2 cycles probably, but I just want to mention I got these ovulation and pregnancy test combos in the mail from Amazon the other day. And I love them. There's an app that you can download. It's called Femometer, and you can literally take this ovulation test. It's one of the ones where you have to collect urine in a cup and you have to dip it and then wait. But you can, once it is done, you can actually scan it into your phone on the app, and it will tell you if you're at a peak or if you're at a high or if you're at a low, and it updates your ovulation. So it can tell you, I mean, it's not as accurate as going to the fertility doctor and getting blood work and ultrasounds, but I mean, I love these. Like I've used Pre-Mom before, and it had the same concept. It's just, I had a really hard time with it telling me that I was at a peak when it was like not a peak test. And I just didn't like it. So I don't know. I'm hoping that, once we start ovulating, that I can show you guys that it really does work. But so far I have not had a problem with these. I've been tracking my ovulation. I just went in earlier today to get blood work done to make sure that my HCG is down, so we should know by today or tomorrow, and they can tell me then when I should be ovulating based on my progesterone, I believe, or something like that. I'm not sure how they check it, but they're going to be telling me like, hey, like you're really low or you're really high, like start testing or maybe back off. Like I said before, I don't start ovulating until day 16, and I think I'm only on day like 6 or 8 or something like that. So I'm still going to be testing just for the fact of the video that I'm going to be doing in a week or two based on these. They also have other products like thermometers, and I want to get the thermometer really bad. It's off Amazon, and it's the one that you can Bluetooth to your phone. So I just really hope that these work, and I really hope that I can give you positive feedback so my TTC sisters and brothers can either recommend these for themselves or for their partner. So thank you guys so much for coming to watch my video. Please remember, this is a safe space for all of my sisters and brothers that are in this TTC journey. So if you like say anything vulgar or anything mean, you guys will be blocked and deleted. I do not care. I don't take bullying for anything. You say something mean, you're gone. No second chances. So please just remember that words do hurt, and everyone's in a vulnerable time right now. So please just be kind to each other, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.